Hey everybody, this is me, Undead Viking. It's been a while since my last video, and I do apologize for that. There's been a lot going on in my life. I had a wedding that my daughter was a part of, and there was some sickness in the family. But enough about me. I'm geared up, and I'm getting ready to go to Gen Con, and I'm really excited about it. And I'm excited to come back from Gen Con and tell you all about the big new releases and what have you. And so that's coming up obviously really soon. But I believe this video is going to probably go live while I am out of town. This is a Kickstarter video, as you probably well know. And it's kind of a weird Kickstarter because of the fact that this is more of a mass market game, I guess I would say, than you probably are expecting. And I know a lot of you might be wondering, well, what the heck? What is this? But this is one of those things where it kind of took me by surprise. I had a designer contact me, and as with a lot of the Kickstarter things that come my way, and present a game idea to me. And I'll fully admit that I had my reservations at first due to the fact that because of what it was and because of the game that was being suggested. And and if you listen to my podcast that I have with Joel Eddy, I actually reference this game. And so as with a lot of games and prototypes and things that are requested of me, like reviews and what have you, I usually I ask to see rules or send like a prototype to me, something I can play to see if it's something that I enjoy, because I just want to make sure the game's solid and see what it is. But I took a look at this game, and I took a look at what it was, and I tried playing it, and I had a hell of a lot of fun playing it with my family. And the game is called Pong Tactics, and I know a lot of you are going to be like, what are you doing? Everybody knows, or everybody should have a pretty good idea of what the game of beer pong is, and I'm trying to like get away from saying beer pong due to the fact that this is a game that obviously that's an adult game, and you know what? I'm not taking anything away. I've played it. I'm not like an old fuddy-duddy or anything like that. I was a pretty good quarters player back in the day. I don't know if I still have those abilities or not, but it's one of those things where I wanted to play it straight, so to speak, and I tried playing it with my wife and with my daughter, and I tried playing it with my buddies and without any of the adult libation, if you will. And I wanted to see if the game stood on its own. And it was really weird because I was having a lot of fun, because I like dexterity games. I like the trash talk. I like the atmosphere that goes along with the dexterity game. And plus I like the competitive nature, like the fun competitive nature that dexterity games have. And so I played it. I had a heck of a lot of fun. And I said, this is a game that I think a lot of people are going to enjoy. And so I told the designer that I'd be happy to do a video for him. That's what you're watching right now. The game is not difficult by any means. This intro probably took longer than actually what's going to take to show how the game is played. So just sit back. I'm going to kind of show you what exactly Pong Tactics is and how it differs from the game of beer pong that you probably are familiar with. And keep in mind in the back of your head that, like I said, it's this is a game that isn't just for parties and what have you. This is a game that actually can just be a fun in and of itself. So, well, enough about that. I wanna make sure that you know where I was coming from as far as where this review is going. So, all right, how to play Pong Tactics, and then we'll come back to right here, and I'll tell you exactly what I think of it, and then we can, I can maybe help you figure out whether or not this is something that you would like and something that you think you'd enjoy. All right, how to play Pong Tactics is by no means a difficult game to learn or play. Well, I should say it can be difficult to play well, because it is a dexterity game. And so if dexterity games aren't your thing, you might find yourself having some difficulty actually winning the game. But regardless, the game comes with a couple of decks of cards, and as always, the cards and like the that you're seeing here, like the artwork on the back actually even says like prototype deck there, as you can see. And so obviously this is going to be slightly different. My understanding is, due to the fact that you'll be playing Pong Tactics and these cups will be filled with liquid, these cards themselves, they're going to be of a waterproof material. So if you're playing this and they get spilled on, you won't ruin the cards. But before the game begins, what you'll do is this is what is called, and even though the cards look the same on the back, this is the formation deck. And as you can see, there are many different formations that you could set the cups up in. For this particular round of the game. And so you just draw one randomly, and I'll just use this one right here. X marks the spot. Cups can be, pretty much anything. I just have these plastic cups that I actually had up in my kitchen. My understanding is that the game won't come with cups. You'll have to supply those on your own. But you just set the cups up in the formation, and due to the fact that I'm playing with a slightly smaller shooting area, due to the fact that I tried doing this actually in my garage, and the audio was horrible. So I'm going to show you here. But anyway, it said to make an X. I'm going to do my best here, so bear with me. Hopefully this will look like an X to you. So there you are. So there's an X there. And that is the target. Now, normally these will have some liquid in the bottom of them. And yes, I do know that you would think maybe an adult beverage, and that is quite likely. But if you're playing it for that purpose. But as I will explain, I've played this many, many times with my family, and we just put water in the cups. And the water actually serves as a purpose, because when you throw the ping pong balls into the cups, if they're in a plastic cup and they fall in like that, oh, that one actually stayed in, but they can pop out pretty quickly. If you've ever gone to a fair and you've tried to win the goldfish that eventually die in the sun while you're walking around and checking out the amusement parks, you'll know that like the ping pong ball rattles off of the edges and so on and so forth pretty easily. And so if there's just a little bit of water, not much, in the bottom of each cup, when these land in the water, it actually will stay there. But anyway, so after you both sides of the table, now you'll need a larger table. When I played this, I played like for real. I have a large dining table that my wife and my kids played on. When I went over to my buddy's house, we actually used his ping pong table for it. Anyway, so as I said, you get this big giant deck of cards, and these will be your action cards. And each team will get to draw 5 action cards, and that'll be the hand of that team. Now, these action cards allow you to affect the round of that game. And you figure out who goes first, whatever way. The rules say to play rock, paper, scissors, but you could figure out any way you wanted to. And what happens is that you get to draw 1 card and add it to your hand. So then you have 6. And then each person on the team gets to take a ping pong ball, and they get to try to throw it into the opponent's array of cups. And the whole goal is that for each ping pong ball that you get into a cup, that team has to remove the cup from their design, if you will, and the team that runs out of the cups first is the loser, and they lose that part of the game. Now, I'm explaining these rules, and I'm sure a lot of you have played some sort of Pong. I guess technically it's called beer pong, but I mean, as I'm trying to stress, this doesn't have to be a drinking game, which I haven't even played this as a drinking game. I just played this for fun, and I've been having a heck of a lot of fun with it. But anyway, so the cards themselves, and this is obviously where the actual the difference in the game's comes from just playing this normally. These cards allow you, as I said, to mess things, and some of them just allow you to do things where a search card allows you to look at the top 3 cards of the draw pile. You select one, put it in your hand, put the other 2 at the bottom of the draw piles. Pretty standard stuff. And the thing about the cards is that you can play them pretty much anytime you want, unless the card specifically states a circumstance that you play it at. And a lot of times they're like things where you're playing them to harm the opponent or something. So like this one, no cards for you. Your opponent may not draw a card this turn. And if the situation is that a lot of times people will, not have any cards because of the fact that you can play as many of these as you want, but you only ever get to draw that one. And so a lot of times, you'll be doing things to mess with players, like this, where it says a backward shot. And this turn, your opponents must shoot all shots backwards. They face away from the table, and they just throw it over their shoulder. And so, as you can see, you're just kind of messing with each other, and you're trying to do things to enable you to win while preventing them from winning. Some of them are very situational. Like this is one that says it can only play this card at the beginning of your opponent's turn. If both opponents miss their shots, each player on your team gets an extra shot next turn. So you could combine cards. So you could actually, if you wanted to, you could play the backward shot card at the same time as no cards for you, so that both those things happen. You could even add in that chance time as well. So you can put a little combo. But the whole thing is that you're going to be burning through your cards, and the cards are what enables you to kind of prevent the other players from doing well. And so it's you got to make sure that you're playing the cards at the right time. Some of the cards actually are cool, like this. It's like play this cup. Play this card. There's some typos, I apologize. But like I said, it's a prototype. Play this card after an opponent makes a shot in one of your cups. Your opponent must remove the same cup from their formation. So, I mean, I actually won a game like this because of the fact that, I had I believe 3, and I had a box and they had 1 cup left, and they made it into the spot that we both had, but they only had that one, and so I immediately played this card, and I won the game. And so it's stuff like that allowed. And just so you know, the rules technically are that you're supposed to throw it overhand. There are, because if you throw an underhand, it's a lot easier because, in my opinion anyway, because you get loft on the ping pong ball, and you're trying to make it in. So I'm gonna have to back up a little bit in my gaming area. Let's see if I can make one here from further away. All right. Alright, can you hear me? Okay, hold on. Yeah, see, I'm not very good at this game, actually. My daughter and my wife beat me a lot, actually. Hold on. It's important to note that you actually can't make it on a bounce. If so, let's see if I can do it closer. Like that. That would not count. You can't count a shot on a bounce. And, hold on. I'm gonna try to make one. Hold on. Okay, see, I actually pulled one off, so I feel pretty good about myself now. But there you go. I mean, you can play this pretty much with any number of teams. Obviously, you can play with less cups, you can play with more cups. It's pretty expandable, it's pretty changeable, and there's a lot of different ways that you can play the game. But, and I understand that it seems, kind of simplistic, and it is. It's a very simple game, but most dexterity games are very simple. And then, as I said, you can play this the classic way with adult beverages and enjoying a libation, or you can just play it straight and play it as a family game, which is, like I said, I've played the only way I've played the game, and we've had a heck of a lot of fun doing so. But let me just talk a little further about it, and then you can decide, hopefully for yourself, if you want to go to the Kickstarter page and back these guys. All right. Well, all right. Let's do that right now. I know that's how they do it, and I know that people with sleight of hand probably do it a lot better. I mean, I'm not a big magician. I'm not a magician, period. I know a few card tricks or anything, but I do know how to do this. Hold on, I'll see if I can do this again. Hold on. All right, that didn't work well either. All right. Well, I was talking to my buddy Joel Eddy, drive-through review guy, and actually on the podcast, and I said, if I had a lot of fun with this game, and I said, if I do a review, am I going to lose a lot of credibility? And Joel flat out said, did you had fun? And I was like, yeah, I had a blast. And he's like, well, then that's all that matters. And I agree with that. Pong Tactics, this giant deck of cards you get with tons of little cool things on the inside. It makes a game, a dexterity game that is very simple to play, and anybody can go out and pay the $2 to pick up the ping pong balls and the 60 cents or whatever it takes to pick up these cups, can play already. But you can get this deck of cards. It can add like 2 or 3 more levels to a game that I'm guessing a fair number of people of you out there that are watching this video already have played and enjoyed. And so I didn't want to go through a ton of the cards that were in here due to the fact that, well, basically if I showed you tons of these cards, you'd say, well, I don't need to buy back and buy this deck due to the fact that you just showed me everything. I can just make it myself. But there's a ton of stuff in here. There's tons of cool little things where people have to close their eyes, or you get to replace somebody on the team with somebody else, like a spectator that's in the crowd, and there's things like that where it's like it's highly interactive. It lends itself towards a very, very fun atmosphere of rivalry, and it's just like I said, I played it without having any kind of an alcoholic drink in my hand, and I had a blast. I had fun playing it with people as old as 50 and as young as 6. So, I'm pretty sure that the range could even go further higher up, and maybe even down to 5 or 4, depending on just how dexterous your children could be. I don't know. I mean, it's just bottom line is that if you like dexterity games, you like a fun party atmosphere, you like take that mentality to the games that you play, I think you'll really appreciate having the option and owning this game and having the option to play it the next time you have a bunch of people over at your house, and you happen to have a big giant long table that you can bounce ping pong balls off of, and that's that. I mean, that's what it comes down to as far as the game is concerned. Is it going to revolutionize the gaming world? No. I mean, what games do, honestly? Is it, fairly derivative of a game that already exists? Maybe, but who cares? I would have never thought of all the little things in here that are included. I would have never even considered adding that to the game I was playing. But the designer of the game did, and they came up with a way to present it that actually allows itself to some actual good decisions. It isn't super deep. Obviously, it isn't really deep at all. It's a very light game, but there's hand management going on. I forgot to mention actually one rule. You have a maximum hand limit of 5. So those of you who are thinking, well, I just keep drawing cards over and over again, so then I have a 15 cards in my hand and I just play 15 cards on somebody's turn. You can't do that. You gotta, if you have more than 5 cards in your hand at the end of your turn, after all your people have taken their shots, and the other person's gonna go, you have to discard one of those cards. So there's that. But it's, like I said, it adds a level to a game that didn't really have a level before, and I appreciate that about it, and because it makes the game a heck of a lot of fun. So there you go. I do apologize for my voice being kind of cracky and everything like that. I'm just finally getting over being sick, and I'm heading out to Gen Con here tomorrow, actually. So, well, there you go. I'm going to go ahead and post that Kickstarter link, and you can go ahead and check out the other information that the designer has. He's got a ton of other stuff that he's got, and a bunch more background information, and you can take a look at that and you can see if it's something you think you would enjoy, and then you can go ahead and back it if so. So as always, I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and I appreciate just like all of you people out there. I'll be back after Gen Con. I'm gonna hopefully have a bunch of really cool stuff, a lot of cool stuff to look at that. But until then, check out this game and see what you think. But adios, and you people take care of yourselves. This is Undead Viking. Take it easy. Bye bye.